Hello, welcome to this quick demo of the Tickle based FBP program running on the Windows platform, the Windows OS that I currently support is Windows 7, Windows 8 and Windows 8.1, and both 32 and 64-bit OS. Okay, this one is a 64-bit. So assuming the zip folder has been downloaded to the C drive, and I recommend just download it and unzip, perform a virus scan, and copy the winfbp folder underneath the C drive. Double click into that. Go into TCL kit folder, and you'll notice 3 batch files there. So we usually need to execute two out of 3. Let's start with start FBP agent. So agent is like you can say it's like a background server. Okay, and start FBP GUI, that is the front end for the FBP base Tickle based FBP program. And the demo application that we want to try this time will be under File, Open. That will bring us to the winfbp/fbp draw/graphs, and in this single folder install package I only have 4 graphs that I want to showcase. Well, I'll try the selective 5-second trace right now. Open, and you'll see the small graph there with your typical nodes and nodes connected by the links. Each node has a list of inputs on the left and outputs on the right, and the way to connect one node to another node is to set up the link from, let's say, from the output 1 of this node to the input 1 of that node. And to execute this graph is quite easy. So all we need to do is click on IP address. We have to do a sweep. Basically, the sweep is for this front end to locate the agent. So IP sweep. For FBP applications that's strictly running within one machine, we don't need to change any default settings, so we'll leave it as is, the IP address, and just click on OK, and we will find the FBP agent running on the local host, which is this machine. So click OK, and we just launch it, launch and run, and you'll see all these lines showing that each block, being a separate Windows process, is created. And let me move these windows around. So what this small application is demoing is the selective input port read capability. In a nutshell, these are the blocks generating the input data to this sequential 5-second cron block, and this block is the one that implements the selective port read logic. So every 5 seconds, the code inside this block is going to switch reading from, let's say, port 1 to port 2, and then keep reading stuff coming into port 2 for 5 seconds, and switch again to reading IPs coming through port 3 for another 5 seconds, and so on and so forth. Right? And whatever comes in through port 2 will goes out through output 2, and the tracer basically is showing what is coming out from this block. So you'll see right now there's a way to show which block is actually sending the traffic there. We can turn on this monitor queue. What it will show is the IP flowing through the links and the number of IPs waiting in a particular import. So you see right now this block here, the IPs coming in to import 2 is processed right away, and there are 50 IPs waiting on import 1, 50 IPs waiting on import 3. Now we switch, after 5 seconds we switch, reading the IP from import 3, and the other IPs going into port 1 and port 2, they are waiting. And now we switch to port 1, and the tracer for port 1 is showing the data going through. And that's it, right? This is how a very simple tickle-based FBP will work in the Windows environment. So the way to stop is from running. Just do the launch, stop, and wait for the processes to be terminated by the agent. And to get out of the front-end GUI, just do the file, exit, and to terminate the agent, just do the Control C. Yes, and we are done.